Last night, I saw a video of ANI podcast with Smita Prakash. In that video, the guest was Sai Deepak. He is the advocate in the Supreme Court, and he is a right-wing ideologue and right-wing spokesperson. And in many places, he has defended the Hindutva narrative. In that particular podcast also, he was doing the same thing. After watching that video, after watching that hour-long, 1.5-hour-long podcast, I was left with a big headache by the sheer amount of fake news and false narratives that he is creating about Tamil Nadu. In this video, we'll see how that is problematic and what are all wrong with what he said. This is Youturn. I'm Ramasamy Jayaprakash. Before starting the video, let me give a small disclaimer. And the disclaimer is that we are not going to cover everything Sai Deepak said in that podcast. It is an 1.5-hour long video, and if we cover what are all he said and how wrong they are, our video would be longer than that 1.5-hour video. It could become like something like a 3-hour or 4-hour long video. So instead of that, we are going to make a series of videos explaining one by one, maybe 5 at a time, like that we'll do. We'll split and do it. We'll put a series of videos about it and watch out for that. In this video, we'll see some of the things that are in the top of my head. And the first one is what he thinks about Tamil Nadu and what he says about Tamil Nadu. He says that Tamil Nadu is a place of jihadist ecosystem. There is a big jihadist ecosystem in the state of Tamil Nadu, and it is going on and on in Tamil Nadu along with another radical evangelical ecosystem. And both these ecosystems are indulging in a rampant conversion scheme. If they are converting people right, left and the center, and they are converting everybody to their respective religions. They are luring people away from Hinduism to their religions of Christianity and Islam. But he is not using the word Christianity or Islam. He is using the words jihadist and radical evangelism. That is the kind of language that he uses to describe what is going on in the state of Tamil Nadu. This is utterly idiotic and completely malicious, because people convert from one religion to another religion because they want to convert. They want to worship some kind of God. Like they identify themselves with, okay, let me worship this God by these practices. That is people's choice. People do that on their own free will. There could be evidences, there could be instances of somewhere somebody is getting converted out of force. But that is not something that happens every day. That could be an extreme example in some place or the other. In this day and age, it does not happen, and forced conversions do not happen. People convert because they want to convert. There could be many reasons. There could be casteism behind it. There could be backwardness behind it caused by some socio-economic factors or cultural factors. There could be many reasons. There could be also a genuine wish to believe or worship a different religion and different God. That also is there. People do that because they want to worship a God that they choose. But that is not going to work for the right-wing narrative, right? That is not going to work for Sai Deepak's narrative. He wants to create a perception that people are converting like crazy because there is a jihadist ecosystem and a radical evangelist ecosystem. But that is not the case. If that is the case, the union government has the might of the entire government machinery. It could bring about its CBI, its ED, its various other branches of the government, and the union government can stifle everything. It can stop everything, right? If it is something forced and if it is something like jihadists are there. Jihadists are terrorists. By claiming that people converting to some religion or people converting into some religion as jihadists and radical evangelists, that is just dog whistle for Christians and Muslims. It is just sheer name calling and dehumanizing them for what they are doing. They are just living their lives and they are propagating their religion. Propagating religion or propagating faith is a right guaranteed by the constitution, and Sai Deepak would know this much better than me. He is an advocate after all. Almost 90% of people of Tamil Nadu are Hindus. Only the remaining 10% comprise of Christians and Muslims and people from other faiths. But stating all this will not serve their purpose, right? They have to create an image about Tamil Nadu, that Tamil Nadu is a paradise for conversion and there is a big jihadist ecosystem and radical evangelism. So what else will they say? Once that is covered, let's move on to the next one. What kind of state Tamil Nadu apart from religious conversion place and this? Tamil Nadu is a place which kills army men. Even army men are not safe in Tamil Nadu. We talked all about this in yesterday's video when we spoke about what Annamalai is doing, what kind of narrative Annamalai is setting about Tamil Nadu and how Tamil Nadu is portrayed to the rest of India. J. Sai Deepak is doing exactly that with a different language, because he has extreme command over his language. That we have to give it to him. He uses extraordinary words and extraordinary structure of sentences he uses to put exactly the same narrative that the Annamalai is doing and that BJP is doing. Are there any differences between what Annamalai says and what J. Sai Deepak says apart from their choice of words? Exactly the same thing. Both are the same. Even Sai Deepak comes and says that military men, army jawans are not safe in Tamil Nadu and they are getting lynched, mob lynched in Tamil Nadu in the streets. But where did that happen? It is a family dispute between people from the same community, people from the same family. They are all relatives. They had an argument. That argument became a fist fight and they attacked each other and one got killed. And that person happened to be a man working for the army. But as we said, this does not create any drama. To create drama, you have to isolate. You have to identify what kind of people everybody is. Okay, one is an army man and the person from the other party is a man from the DMK. He is a councillor from the DMK. So, let's create a narrative out of this. DMK man kills an army man. That is very dramatic, right? Just the sound of it is extremely dramatic. DMK is anti-India. DMK is anti-army. How nice it is. How it has a ring to it. So that's how they do it. That's why they do it. And J. Sai Deepak comes and sits in the podcast and he says the exact same false narrative that everybody from the BJP or from the right wing is doing. He is doing it in a much better language. That's all there is to it. And what else does he say? He says that he defines the word Dravida. He says that according to the definitions of the word Dravida means a peninsula. People living in a peninsula, southern part of India. That is Dravida. So it is a geographical term. He uses that. He also says that it is not a racial term, it is not a linguistic term, it is only a geographical term. Okay, there could be chances that maybe the ancient dictionary, there wasn't any back then, but if there were a dictionary some thousands of years ago, and according to that particular dictionary, the word Dravida could mean a geography that is a peninsula, that is southern part of India. It could have meant that. I may be wrong, I may be right with that aspect. But one has to understand that any word will have a meaning over a period of time. Meanings get added to a word over a period of time. The same word will be used for different meanings over different centuries and different eras. Even just take this word for example. Since J. Sai Deepak is an advocate, he would associate this example much better. The word sentence. The sentence could mean a punishment that the court gives, or the sentence could mean a number of words that are in one particular sequence that gives some kind of meaning. The sentence could mean the both, right? One word having different meanings is not something uncommon. And a word getting meaning over a period of time is completely logical, and it is something that happens every day. We never had a word called selfie something like 10-15 years ago. We had no idea of that word. We just whipped the word out of thin air. We could do that. Or we could use the existing word and with a different meaning. We always do that all the time. Take the word cool. Cool means something nice, something very good. Like it is a word used as an adjective to describe something that is very nice. We use it all the time. That's a cool phone. That's a cool t-shirt. That's a cool song. We do it all the time. But what cool means? Cool is just a measure of temperature, like describing what the temperature is. That word is used for something completely different. It could not have been used in that context. Maybe 100 years ago or 200 years ago, cool would never have been used in that way to describe something as nice. Even we use the word hot like that. I could go on and on about this and give more examples, but I think the point is clear. A word getting a meaning attached to it is something that happens every day. So having covered that, the word Dravida, it is used, or it has added the meaning in terms of race, and it has added meaning in terms of linguistics, and more importantly, the word Dravida is used for a political ideology, to describe a political ideology. So the word Dravida could mean any of these things. It could be a race, it could be meant in a linguistic way, it could be meant as a political ideology, it could be used in a geographical sense, it could be used in any way. So it should be taken in that context itself. Even in Tamil Nadu, the word has evolved over a period of time, and when the Dravidian movement started, or the early days of Dravidian movement, it was used in a racial way and then in a linguistic way. But over a period of time, it got diluted and it evolved, and now the word Dravida is used as a political ideology. And what does that ideology tell? It is just, if we have to put it in one word, it is egalitarian society. Creating egalitarian society is Dravidianism. We could say that. That is the core essence of it. But Sai Deepak wants to stick to the only one definition that he thinks is the right one. You may choose to do so, but why do you expect everyone else to do that? That is not fair, and that is not right, and that is completely nonsense. What the kind of logic that he gives in that regard. And the next thing that he says is, I'm paraphrasing, but if you put it together, this is the kind of thing that he says. The Dravidian movement started because caste system was preventing people from converting into other religions. They could not convert people to Christianity, they could not convert people to Islam. So caste system was protecting people from that conversion. So in order to make people convert to their religion, the Westerners and the others decided that they have to create a divide in the society, because caste system is not a division, right? It is one monolithic thing with common ideas and common rights for everybody, common respect for everybody. That is the kind of system that caste system is, right? So in order to create a divide in that, they decided, like, let's split them by Brahmin and non-Brahmin. This is the nonsense that he puts. And he says that to do that, the non-Brahmin movement started in the year 1916. But to do that, the seeds were sown in 1706. 200-year-old conspiracy, he is bringing it out. Like, it was a conspiracy for 200 years. They tried and tried for close to 200 years, and then they succeeded in creating a non-Brahmin movement. And then all these things happened, Dravidianism, all that started. He is saying that, like, first of all, the entire thing itself is wrong. Like, caste system is not something that prevented people from converting. Caste system was the sole reason that people converted. Even now, even to this day, so many people convert to Christianity and convert to Islam just because of they are not able to handle the kind of caste oppression that they face every day. And from whom they face this caste oppression? They face this caste oppression from the fellow Hindus. They are from different castes and they subjugate other people from other castes. So to escape this, they want to go to a different religion, hoping that maybe that would stop my oppression. In many cases, it does not. But at least they are doing that in hopes of escaping this oppression. In many cases, it has helped. In some cases, it does not. That is the kind of situation that is there, and that is why people convert. Like, to say that caste system prevented people from converting, like, I don't think there is any logical reason or logical argument that can be made when a person says that. And he does not stop there. He goes on to say that caste system is a two-way place. For example, a Brahmin does not allow some people in their activities. That is there. If you say that discrimination, the other side is also true. The non-Brahmins are discriminating against the Brahmins also. They don't involve Brahmins in what non-Brahmins do. They are not allowed in that. Like, what kind of logic is this? For example, a person from a scheduled caste community is considered as a sin. Even looking at them is a sign of bad omen. That is the kind of caste system that exists. They are not allowed to walk in the street. They are not allowed to do this, do that. They are not allowed to touch the water in the common tap or common well or the lake or the pond. They should not go into the river in these areas. They should not enter the temple. Like this, many restrictions are there. They are not allowed to do business in many places. Like in the olden days, everything was multifold. The kind of oppression in the olden times was a lot worse than what we see today. That is the kind of society that we lived in. But saying that both are same, and the Brahmins didn't involve others and others also didn't involve Brahmins, it was all the same thing. How can somebody equate that? Like, I really don't have anything else to say. Like, that is the kind of stupidity, that is the kind of false narrative that Sai Deepak says. When a person talks like this, I don't know what kind of argument that can be made against this, because it is absolutely idiotic. And it is absolutely misleading, and it is whitewashing the crimes, or it is whitewashing the horrors of caste system. When a person is trying to do that, what kind of discussion that we have with that person? So, but unfortunately, there are lots of people, millions and millions of people who watch his videos and watch his narrative. Like, they take his narrative every day. They fall for it every day just because of the kind of language that he uses. Like, he has extreme mastery over the language. That I have already said this, I am saying it again. With this kind of language, he is persuading everybody to believe that everything was extraordinary here and only now everything is bad. All this is because of the jihadist forces. This is the kind of narrative that he wants to say. This is exactly what Hitler did. All the fascist movements, they put forth a glorious past. There was nothing wrong in the past. Everything was glorious. Absolutely no harm, no bad things ever happened. We had a living heaven. Like, we had a heaven on earth. That is the kind of past that we had. But what happened now? Everything, we have come to ruins because of one community. This is the narrative that all fascists take. Hitler took this for the Jews. Now the right wing is taking it for the Christians and Muslims. And this is utterly fascist. Like, entire narrative that the right wing put forth in India is entirely fascist, and Sai Deepak is the cheerleader for that. And we'll see more about him in the coming videos in the coming days. Thank you.